Hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hot Jobs here at HireMilitary. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a rough old time for us here at the HireMilitary office, getting back into the swing of it after the third holiday in the last 6 or so weeks, but we're right back at it with you to bring the newest roles, skill bridge opportunities, and advice that you are looking for today. So if this is your first time with us, hey, it's really great to see you. We're so glad that you've joined. If you're one of our very, very many OGs, welcome. It's lovely to see you again. Put your name in the chat. Kadeen is with us in the chat. Hey, Kadeen. If you're unfamiliar, she was part of our team as a SkillBridge intern until last Friday when she left us. So we're very excited to see her there. Hey, Elemi, Raul, Courtney, Kate, Kayla, Quintavis, Emily, Nathaniel, Travis. Oh my gosh, everybody's here today. Tell us where you're from, where you're calling in from, the sorts of roles that you are looking for either at the moment or post-active duty, and throw in the location as well. And we use this information, we love this information because it really gives us an idea of who you are and what you're looking for. So if we have anything great that would match and suit what you're hoping to achieve right now, we can drop a link for you, we can engage with you. Or what we also do is pass all of this information. Every single week, we mine these comments and we give it to our business development team, who then go out to the partners that we are talking to in corporate America to be able to find the roles and opportunities that we can bring back to you and present because you've told us that you're interested. Hey, Kristen, lovely to see you. Amy, Wade. So this is our favorite 30 minutes of the week. We get to spend it with you. And we also want to answer any of the questions that you have for us. Are you having obstacles or challenges with your resume, actually getting an interview? You tell us and let us help you. Anything at all. So drop those comments or those questions in the chat as well. And when we have the opportunity at the end, we will come back to some of those and we will answer as many as we can live. And then if we don't get round to yours, we will endeavor to do our best to drop you a message afterwards. It's really lovely to see you, Leslie, Jean, Nicholas. Who else have we got? Ernst, Dahlia, Stephanie, Joel. Hey, guys. So we're here for the whole of the military community, whether you are a spouse, a veteran, or a transitioning service member. So I wanted to take the time to introduce the smaller team that we have with us today. I'm Lucy. I'm the Director of Talent Acquisition here at HireMilitary. I've been working here now for well over a year, really developing the direct hire proponent of the business to accommodate and to accompany the skill bridge provision that we've always provided. I'm an active duty military spouse. My husband is Air Force, and we are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base. And if you're unfamiliar with that name, that is in the middle of nowhere, so Fairbanks, Alaska, in the interior of Alaska. So if you're Army, very near to Fort Wainwright. It's lovely to see you. How about you, Amber? Over to you.
Thanks, Lucy. I'm so excited to be here with everybody today. It's nice to see some regulars. I also want to say a couple of our regulars I noticed last week on LinkedIn posted their job announcement and took off their green banners. So that was really exciting for us to be part of. But my name's Amber. I'm on the recruiting team here at HireMilitary. Air Force veteran. My husband is still active duty Air Force. We are in San Antonio. Very excited to be sharing some roles with you all today. Feel free to connect with our entire team if you haven't already. Matt, over to you.
Thanks, Amber. So I'm Matt. I'm one of the recruiters here with HireMilitary. I retired out of the Marine Corps last year. I've been with HireMilitary for just over a year, did a skill bridge with the company as a recruiter, and it's great to be here. I actually saw somebody that was from Everett, Washington. That's where I got recruited out of. I grew up in Washington State. I've seen a few of them. That's pretty cool to see. It's a small world out there. We've got a lot of cool stuff to share. It's only a few different opportunities, so please go to our website. The banners being posted across the bottom of the screen. Check them out. There's a ton of stuff out there. All right, back to you, Lucy.
Thank you, Matt. So today I'm coming to you unusually with our skill bridge opportunities. Our team has been hit with a bit of sickness today, so I'm going to do my very best. First up is a project analyst role. Now, this one is remote. It's working for a company called American Microgrid Solutions. If you are unfamiliar with the SkillBridge internship program, let me go back 2 seconds and let me just tell you a little bit more about that. It is an internship opportunity that is only accessible to those who are transitioning from active duty into the civilian world, and you are eligible to take part in this within the last 180 days of active duty. This isn't an internship, unfortunately, for veterans or for spouses, only for those transitioning out at retirement or separation. If you want more detail around that, DoD.skillbridge.org, I think, is the website, or we can drop the detail below for you. But these roles are just for those transitioning. So, Project Analyst, American Microgrid Solutions Remote. This is a renewable power industry developer that focuses on giving client solutions to hybrid power and renewable energy concepts. So really cool service deliverable that they have. Their ideal candidate is a Navy nuke. If you know what that means, if that's you, you are their ideal candidate. And they're really looking for people with a strong interest in renewable energy or distribution generation. And in essence, what you need to have on your resume are electrical systems, financial analysis, and design tools. So if that sounds of interest to you, I know Kate and Before are in the comments. They will be dropping the links. Definitely do apply, and we will be in touch with you. All of our roles, just so that you're aware, are on our website, which is www.HireMilitary.us. You can either select vacancies or internships, and they will be on either of those buttons. The second position we have with you today is a field service engineer. This is with a company called Foss, and these two positions are located out of St. Louis, Missouri, and La Crosse, Wisconsin. They do have other locations. So if the role sounds of interest, but those two locations are a total no-go for you, and we completely understand, do still get in touch with us, because we may be able to match or pair you up with a location that's more suitable. So really, they're looking for somebody here with a mechanical or an electrical aptitude to install, maintain, and repair analytical instruments at their customer sites and other locations. So it is an out-and-about field-based role. It's not in the office. This is for somebody who is really good with their hands. This is definitely not a sit-behind-the-desk kind of role. The ideal candidate, is a biomedical maintenance person or a fire control technician. Two very different career fields, but that's the kind of aptitude that they're looking for. So that's the field service engineer in St. Louis or La Crosse. And then finally, you may have heard, if you've been here before, us talk about Splunk before. We've had so many internships and such a success with Splunk. They're in the cyber IT security realm. Awesome company to go and work for. And they have come to us recently because they have got some internship availability in their intelligence and information security side. So they are looking for, the top line or the bottom line is they really need people with top secret security clearances with poly. For these roles, that is an absolute deal breaker. They're looking for people with bachelors in computer science, computer engineering, finance, maths, or some equivalent work experience. Ideally, experience of implementing Splunk products preferred, but absolutely not essential. And they're really looking for 3 to 5 years of experience in technical consulting or big data analytics, or a desire, this is equally as important, to move into the technical consulting role with 3 to 5 years worth of technical experience. If you've got certifications in AWS Associate, AWS Architect, or Google Cloud, so more the better. So those are the internships I have today: Project Analyst Remote, Field Service Engineer, La Crosse, Wisconsin, and St. Louis, Missouri, and the Professional Service Consultant Sales Engineer at Splunk with the clearance and poly, and those roles are remote as well. So if you're interested, drop a link below and we will connect with you to apply. I hope I did a good job there. I don't normally do those SkillBridge internship ones. So I am going to move very swiftly over to Amber. What have you got for us today?
Lucy, you did great. You did great sharing those SkillBridge internships. Let's take a pivot to some direct hire positions. All of the positions that we're going to share from here will be available for direct hire, meaning available in the next couple weeks, available immediately to start a position. I'm going to start with a SAP Business Systems Analyst, and a quick shout because I saw Samantha is in Atlanta. So this one might be for you, Samantha. This position is in Phoenix, in Atlanta, or in Charlotte. So our client is a global team of thinkers. They have a huge footprint in the defense and space industry, headquartered out of Charlotte. And in this position, you'll be delivering results and acting as a liaison in the deployment of new business applications. So some of the requirements for this SAP Business Systems Analyst include 5 years of SAP experience, a bachelor's in IT, computer science, business, or software engineering. Again, a huge company located in Phoenix, in Atlanta, or in Charlotte. So if you're interested in that, please drop the job title in the chats, and I will absolutely reach out to you after this. Next one I have to share today is a project manager. This is located in San Jose, California. Our client is a company that redefines the mechanical construction landscapes in California. They've also been voted #1 best place to work multiple times out there. So that's exciting. Requirements for this project manager position include 8 to 10 years of project management experience, preferably with HVAC and plumbing. In this position, though, you'll be responsible for customer satisfaction and really ensuring effective communication between customers and project team members overall. So that's a project manager in San Jose. If that seems interesting, but maybe you don't quite meet that 8 to 10 years of experience, then maybe a project engineer is for you. This is also same client located in San Jose, California. They're looking for the right person who has some construction industry experience overall, not necessarily that 8 to 10 years that the project manager requires, but just some experience. So the responsibilities in this project engineer position will be assisting that project manager with the overall planning to include scheduling, resource allocation, and things to really make their construction projects happen start to finish. So again, those 3 positions that I shared with you today are the SAP Business Systems Analyst. That's in Phoenix, in Atlanta, or in Charlotte, North Carolina. I had the project manager. It's in San Jose, and then the project engineer position also located in San Jose. Again, if you're interested in either of those, do let me know. Reach out to me on LinkedIn or drop the job title in the comments, and I'll absolutely reach out your way. Matt, what do you have?
All right, thanks, Amber. So I have 3 positions that I'm going to share. The first 2 are both located in Georgia, but the first one is an operations supervisor located in Augusta, Georgia. This is with a logistics company. They're looking for an operations supervisor. You'd have about 50 to 100 direct reports for you. They're looking for somebody that has a logistics and supply chain background. That's their preferred demographic. And I know there's a lot of people coming out of the military with that background. Not a requirement, but it's just somebody that's going to stand out to them a lot more. Some type of warehouse management, things like that. This applies to both the ones I'm going to talk about, but, they're really looking for somebody that's initiative-driven mindset and strong leadership capabilities. They want somebody that can really mentor people. They want people that can really take people under their wing and show them the right way of doing things. And that's very important to them. The next one is an operations manager. It's located in Savannah, Georgia. You will pretty much oversee the operations supervisors. You would have 3 to 4 operations supervisors underneath you. They want somebody with a bachelor's degree for this one, but it's not necessarily required. So, if you have a lot of experience in that logistics supply chain background, that will be highly desired. They straight up told us we value the experience over the education. We want somebody with that hands-on, the leadership. You're a problem solver. You go to the problem, and you're able to mitigate these things before they can escalate. You're able to be able to take people under your wing and just mentor them, just like the ops supervisor, but just in a different capacity. I think, the more senior leaders out there that have the experience with that, that's what they're looking for. And somebody that's just knowledgeable in business management principles. I've seen a lot of people with business administration degrees, that type of background would be good for education too. And then the final one I have, this one is where a lot of people are looking for. And it's amazing because this is remote. All right, this is when they're looking for a sourcing specialist. All right, you're familiar with contract negotiations and contract reviews. This is like one of the most highly desired qualifications or responsibilities for this is being able to negotiate contracts. You're comfortable and capable with supplier management. This is going to be on the federal side of things. So they want somebody that's familiar with FARs and DFARs. They want somebody with a bachelor's degree is preferred, but again, the experience is what matters with this. If you're able to communicate with different suppliers, you're able to negotiate contracts to be able to secure deals within the company. Then again, you're familiar with that FAR and DFAR. That's the big one. You have to have that experience. Unfortunately, that is going to be a deal breaker for this, but I know there's a ton of people out there that have that experience coming out of the military, ones that have been out of the military for a while, but just those things right there are like absolute must-haves for the contract negotiations, and then that FAR and DFARS. But those are the three that I have. I know it's pretty quick, but we have a lot of great opportunities. The operations supervisor and operations manager, both in Georgia, and then the sourcing specialist, which is remote work. Everyone's always looking for remote, and it's great. So I'll turn it back over to you, Lucy, for everything else we got left.
Thank you, Matt. And I do just want to make this clear today. The roles that we are sharing, either the SkillBridge ones that I shared earlier or the direct hire, the permanent ones that Amber and Matt have shared, and I'm about to share a couple of more. This is a highlight reel. We have over 100 others posted on our website. So if you don't see something or hear something today that's applicable to you, do go over to the, we have the link here if you're on your laptop or on your desktop, www.HireMilitary.us, or you can scroll across to direction if you are a mobile user, and you will find the link there as well. We have over 200 SkillBridge internship opportunities on top of that 100 direct hire. So we are only picking out the ones today that are new as of last week or the highlight ones. What can I tell you? I have a couple of other positions. First of all, if you are transitioning or you are able to move anywhere in the US, we have got some great positions, especially if you have a construction project management background in the military. China Lake, California, huge big military installation there. And we have 5 roles supporting one of the biggest projects there going on in the US at the moment. It's a little bit secret squirrel. We can't talk about it here today. But if you have worked in program management for construction engineering, you've been a construction engineer, QA, estimator, those kinds of career fields, and you've got significant experience, I'm talking 5 to 10 years, do reach out to me. I know that Brandy and Kate have listed all of our LinkedIn contacts, so you can just send me a direct mail, and we can definitely have a conversation. But those are very intriguing, very interesting roles, and for a contract that's at least a year, but being realistic is going to be 2 or 3 years long. So I've got those to share with you today. And finally from me, yes, Kate, you told Jeff that I have a systems and network admin role. This is a hybrid position based out of Laurel, Maryland. It's working for another defense contractor, and it's 50-50, working at home, working in the office. And really it is to drive the development of a contracted government project in the field of analytics and cybersecurity. I'm really sorry if you can hear the jets going off overhead right now. I don't know if you can or not. It's very loud here on this installation. We have red flag. There's probably about 3 or 4 different countries here. They're looking for a person who's both technically proficient and creative to meet their client needs. You do need to have 8 years worth of relevant experience. However, if you have a bachelor's degree, that can substitute 4 years. So you do not need a degree for this position, but experience is essential. You must be DoD 8570 compliant, and you must have a top secret clearance with Poly. That is essential for this role as well. So from me this afternoon, those were the construction positions in China Lake, California, and also systems and network admin. That's the hybrid role in Laurel, Maryland. Now, we've had some questions today. So the first one I've been asked, is this just for the US? Amber, are these roles just for the US?
Yes, currently all of our positions are located in the US for US residents. That is right.
Wonderful. Okay. And then a couple of people have asked about support documents, specifically for interviewing and for resume support. So there's a bit of a twofold answer there. If you stay on this HireMilitary LinkedIn page, you will see a couple of videos that have been recorded beforehand in terms of the support for those. We give you a 1 minute, 60-second soundbite about what you really need to do to ace an interview and what you need to do to ace your resume. But Matt, talk us through the resume piece. Give us a 30-second elevator pitch. How do we create the best resume?
Okay, 30 seconds on a resume. Okay, here we go. Look at the job description. Look at the qualifications. Go through your resume. Do you have any of the experience that's listed on the job description or the qualifications? If the answer is yes to any of it, make sure that's on your resume. Have a solid 2 to 3 page base resume. that you can trim down to 1 to 2 pages based off of a job description that you read. Look through it. Have you done it? Yes or no? If it's yes, put it in there. Make sure it's at the very top of that section. If you've done a job for 4 years, you've done it in the job description, make sure it's one of the first bullet points. Make sure it's in your summary, in the skills section. So when somebody reads it, it pops right in their face. They see it like, okay, cool. I'm going to keep reading this whole thing because people read them. We read all of them. We want to be able to see those things. And it just helps us out to be able to make sure you're, a qualified candidate. That's the best I can do in 30 seconds or less.
I'm going to just add a little bit more. That was excellent. Think
you
about
gave me 30 seconds.
I did. And I'm going to give myself 30 seconds. Think about your resume in a completely different light. It's not a document that talks about your history and about your past experiences. Like, that's over. That's not what a resume is. So most people create their resume like a rear view mirror. They go, okay, this is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did. But often, none of that reflects their eligibility or suitability for the role to which they are applying. Re-pivot your thinking, because this is what we see a resume as recruiters. It is to demonstrate your perfection for the role to which you're applying. It is to instill the same level of confidence that you have when you press apply, because you know you're perfect. You've done all of this. And we see exactly that in your document. So consider it as a windshield. Like Matt said, take a look at the information on the job description and make sure those keywords, those main points, the salient pieces of information are in your resume, word for word, because we do a keyword search, either with our eyes, because, we can scan through and look, or, Control F. And that is what we are looking for. We need to see that you demonstrate the experience. It's no good just applying thinking that you're a perfect candidate. We need to see that same piece of information in your resume. And that is going to get you over the hump. But we do have a video that does extrapolate that a little bit more and give that information to you. Okay, so somebody's asked any internships or fellowships in the fitness field. We do have those. I reattached them to our careers page a couple of days ago. Take a look. We've got some strength and conditioning coach roles, and Amber is the recruiter for those. So if those are of interest, definitely do apply or reach out to Amber Rowland. Gosh, we've had loads of questions today, haven't we? Let me just take a look. Matt, this one I'm going to throw at you. So Ryan says he's seen these SkillBridge internship opportunities before, but he's transitioning out in 17 days, and he guesses that they probably don't work for him.
No, they might not work. Sometimes these opportunities that are listed for SkillBridge, they might be willing to turn into a job offer without a SkillBridge. They might be willing to do that. That's an option. If that's something you're interested in doing, you think you're qualified for, you can still reach out to us and talk more about it. Because we also have that direct line of contact with these folks that are asking us to, hey, can you post this for a SkillBridge? I could say, hey, I have a great candidate that would be able to fit in very well with you. Will you consider them for this position? That's something we can at least try to do for you, or help point you in the right direction of a similar job. We might have something very similar to that available with us. We might know, hey, I have a company that's very similar to that. We think you could be a good fit for, and we can work with you to try to find different avenues for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is it, connecting with Matt or Amber or me or Kate or before, who's in the comments, or Brandy as well, because we have a significant network. So if we can't help you, but we know somebody who may be able to, let us do that for you. Absolutely, we're looking to fill the roles that we currently have. But in essence, all of us are either veterans or military spouses. In fact, I'm the only military spouse on my team, and on this cast today, both Amber and Matt are veterans. And so we understand what it's like. We want to be able to put you in touch with whoever we can. I feel like we've exhausted the questions today. So just before we head out, if you're unfamiliar with Mike Quinn, he is our CEO here at HireMilitary. He works really closely with the USO. And every month he delivers a Mastering LinkedIn webinar. So this is exactly what I was talking about just now in terms of networking. He teaches you how to do that here on LinkedIn. It is an amazing time. It's a fun time. It's this Thursday, the 7th of July at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Every month, the times change completely. So it will always be accessible to you if you are OCONUS, or if you're in the same time zone as me, which is Eastern time, -4. And we will drop a link a little bit later as we finish this off to give you the link to the registration on the USO website for that. So I think that's more or less about it from us today. There was a whole lot of jobs and internships. We shared a lot of questions. It's been a busy time, but we've really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for being here with us. Do reach out and connect, and we will see you again next week, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.